Hi, let's talk about stereo and why stereo is not always stereo. For me, when everything is stereo and wide, you have your piano in stereo, left and right, you have your guitars, everything is left and right, synthesizers, percussion, all kinds of stuff is left and right. All you get in that case is big mono. And big mono to me is lame. There's really no reason to do big mono. You might as well just mix in mono because it's just a wider mono. So what I do is I tend to put a piano on one side, an electric guitar on the other side. I'll put pinpoint instruments, like an acoustic guitar over here. I'll put a tambourine over there. I'll do a piano, unless it's a main driving part or the fundamental key instrument within a song or a ballad, then I'll have a beautiful spread on a piano. Maybe bring it inside a little bit. It depends on the song and the feel that I'm going for. Basically, other than that, stereo is way more exciting and more of a sonic experience when you pinpoint things, because then you truly do have stereo. If a guitar is coming over there and a keyboard's going over there and everything is kind of pinpointed, you can hear each instrument more clearly. You can enjoy the full left and right spectrum of a mix, and you don't have the problem of big mono anymore. So try that, see what happens, even if you have to put instruments on top of instruments. So let's say you have a piano on the right. You can put a guitar there, maybe not some chainsaw guitar on top of the piano that will ruin the piano, but if it's more of a rhythmic, cleaner sound or whatever, put that guitar right on top of the piano. If it's a dense enough production where you'll have enough stuff to bounce it off on the other side of the stereo spectrum. That to me is a much more interesting mix. Now, having said that, I would rather hear 2 or 3 or maybe 4 instruments well than to have 7 instruments going and don't hear any of them at all. So use your judgment, use your discernment to know what things to make pop and what things to subdue. A lot of ways to subdue things within stereo mixes, in the stereo field I should say, is by turning the treble or the top end on instruments down. That way you won't have too much of a busy mix, but the elements are there. So if an artist is missing an element within a record or something's not speaking right that they miss, you can say, well, there it is, and they'll go, oh yeah, it is there, isn't it? But it's not annoying, it's not obtrusive, it doesn't take away from the key elements in a mix that you want to make pop. So just wanted to talk about why stereo for me is not always the way, and to pinpoint mono instruments more specifically. And I should also say this, if you have a stereo track on something or an instrument that's mic'd in stereo, just pan them both and place it, pinpoint where it is you need to be. Just because something is recorded stereo doesn't mean you can't use the left and right side of that instrument right on top of each other and place it. So that's it for this, and hope that is helpful, and have a great day. Cheers.